Can you do that? The car park was okay. We have, I know it's going to come under finance, we have been granted £500 and I've given that Owen the cheque this afternoon on Nuttall Trust to support the painting of play equipment. We haven't agreed on the colours yet. Can we perhaps talk about that when we go on to, well, we are talking about the village green. Yeah. Has anybody got any suggestions?
I thought we originally thought the colours use red, white and blue for obvious reasons.
Yeah, or can we go for primary? Can we go? Yeah, primary colours, red, yellow and green.
Yes, I don't like, I mean, red, white, blue is a good idea, but I don't think white is appropriate.
No, red, yellow and green.
Red, yellow, blue I think would be fine.
Red, yellow and green, primary colours. Because I think, with respect to everybody around this table, we're all too old. Remember, this is going to attract young children, and they like colours. So I would propose red, yellow, and green. And if we've got surplus paint, can we consider painting some of the? I'm not sure whether they're made of concrete or is it wood on the trim trap.
It's wood. Wood. Right. That's stone.
Yeah. Can we also consider, and this is a suggestion, we are something to do with frogs. Could we have somebody that's an artist perhaps consider painting some? It's just really to get the youngsters really attracted to using the equipment even more.
I'm frightened.
But if you're thinking about painting frogs, Mr. Chairman, person to approach is a sign writer, and that is Alan Castle.
It was just a thought.
It was an interesting idea.
Where are you thinking of putting this?
On top of each of the, not on every one, but you could put on some of the equipment, frogs, and then you could encourage the children to go off and find the frogs. And if you go out there and have a look at the swings, there's two sets of swings which are painted, is it orange or whatever, and they stand out, and then you've got another lot which is as dull as ditch water, and you can see that by having colour it will make it much more attractive.
You raised the point, Mr. Chairman, about rust on the trains of the swings and things like that. When I took Andrew Selway around, we actually looked at that, and he's well aware that all of that needs to be attended to.
We have a, sorry, Colin, do you want to?
That was exactly my point I was going to make. Can we agree a specification that has to be done? In other words, it's got to be cleaned back properly wherever possible, because if you just say to someone, paint that, they're going to paint on top of the rust.
May I suggest, Mr. Chairman, when actually we get hold of Andy Selway, we agree on the date that somebody could be with you to start off, actually, something like that.
I've still got a quote in my brief.
Well, he's fine, he's a good player, but it would be quite useful.
I mean, I'm happy if the Brian,
well, I'm happy, I'll do it with Brian if you like.
The Green Committee wants to do it, but can I please suggest that we think of primary colours, make it really attractive to the youngsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's ex-headmaster hat on, you know, you know where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Who's doing the village green next month?
Cynthia?
So can somebody pass that down, please?
Yeah.
Annual report we've had on.
She's over there actually, and it's also sent by email as well. It's a report from GC. It tends to be the same actually.
I couldn't see any issues on that, to be honest.
Okay.
Flood mitigation group, Peter? Anything?
Yes, nothing.
We have an issue. We had an item raised by John
Yeah, about the gas
about the storage.
regulation. Oh, sorry.
All of a sudden the trailer, I don't know how long it's been, probably there a long time, but the trailer with all our equipment on has been abandoned in the field. And it was agreed that we were kept under cover, and I think there are insurance problems on that. And the second thing is, it was agreed to be kept in one place. It's been taken away. We were never told it's going to be done, and actually, if things change, we should be asked what we do with equipment.
The gas bottles that you were referring
I'm
to.
not certain of gas bottles are
The equipment stored at Sue Boss's.
Which
trailer.
The gas bottles are on the trailer.
No,
Are they out there?
Yeah.
Are we
Can they, in the toilet block?
sorry,
Are they in the toilet block?
yeah, along with the pump and the
Are we happy?
torches.
The question was raised, is it safe for gas bottles to be stored there? I think there's not an issue.
Well, I really don't know the regulations about gas bottles. I suppose you stick a label on it, and it'd be no different than anybody having one outside their caravan.
So the point is, what about the trailer?
Can we ask Owen to contact, who was the agreement with originally? Was it Sue?
Yeah.
The initial arrangement?
Yes, she was asked if we could keep it. She agreed that it should be
So
kept.
she's-
Why it's been moved, I do not know.
But can we then go back to Sue and ask that we have it put back in?
Yeah, it's been there.
It's been there over a year.
What,
Yeah,
in the field?
Yeah, we did have
Yeah.
a meeting, it was in a meeting, that it was moved
I
outside.
can't
No.
What's been there?
Well, I mean, it would be
Can we
I'll
please
go through that
plead
deal.
ignorance to go back to her and ask if it
So
can?
you always write to Sue Boss and ask her if she can get it back on it, well, not personally.
She can't.
Well, she
But,
just put it on the
whether it can be moved.
Is the stable still there?
Yeah.
Side where it was?
Just put it back in.
Can you,
I'm not in there.
have you got
Probably
probably
won't
move?
Yeah, I'll put it.
Can you do that, Dave?
Yeah, I'll put it in.
David to ask.
I mean, do you, I mean, rather than Owen doing
No,
it,
it's fine, I'll just do
can
it.
you just pop up there
Yeah.
and see her and say, we need to put it back on there?
Yeah, too soon. Probably knows what you're doing.
No, it's just back to.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The parish surgery, Cynthia,
Well, it's healing, wasn't it?
I did it today.
yeah, anybody?
Just Kim.
Oh, sorry, today. No one came, only Kim.
Just Kim, that's all.
She was there as village agent. rather
Yes, I
than-
know. No, we've had no visitors from it,
No,
no
please.
visitations.
Can I just raise one point about surgery? Over the last 12 months, we've had 5 people come to our surgery. And I just wonder whether we could possibly consider slightly less frequent, perhaps bi-monthly rather than every month, because clearly we're not getting the uptake on it. And I just wonder whether it might be a good idea to move it forward a bit in time, perhaps to sort of 2 o'clock or 2:30 till 4, because I think certainly in the winter months, I don't think, when it gets dark, sort of 4 o'clock or whatever, you don't get a lot of people coming out, particularly the older fraternity. So I just wonder whether moving it forward to another time every other month might be a better idea. I'm just in your hands, really. Just suggesting.
Yes, she's
Peter.
fine, isn't it?
Well, I think that we should maintain it because it's the same with everything else. I mean, the police force, yeah, hopefully you don't need them, but it's nice to know they're there, and it's the same with us.
Having said that, we are all contactable as councillors.
That's okay, but you've got the village agent, she comes down.
Yeah, she doesn't come to every surgery.
She came to 3, actually, in total. During the year. We had police attendants at 2. One was Sam and the other one was Tracy Grosvenor.
Yeah.
So we had two police presences over 12 months, and Kim on 3 occasions, and just 5 members of the public in the total.
And with respect to the people that came tonight, none of those
No.
Nobody
come to the parish surgery. I know George has been in, but I mean,
I suppose it depends if they're probably working.
Certainly should be I'm sure it should be maintained, but it's just a question on the frequency, really.
well, can we perhaps think about it? And,
Yeah, good thought.
yeah, Malcolm.
I think a lot of people in the village don't know what the surgery is for and when it is. If something in the BKM to say, at the surgery, this is what we do,
Yeah.
or this is what you do.
There's a monthly thing. Owen's put something in, there is something in every month to say the parish surgery will be held,
Yeah.
and it gives the time. All it really needs is, we can say, it is your opportunity to bring forth concerns to your parish council.
Yeah.
To your parish council, please. That's the wording, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we give it some thought between now and say the April meeting, it was about whether we want to do anything on timings, and then once we've done that, we can put that in the BKN and say, right, this is what we do. I'm in your hands, really.
But I think we ought to consider that, please, going forward. Receive a report from the clerk.
Nothing from me.
Nothing. Correspondence.
We've got the only 2 items we've got is this letter, and well, the letter you know about because I scanned a copy of it with the community fridge, community food fridge. I'm not sure if anybody's got any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I have. I must apologise, Bob, because I thought he was receiving correspondence that the rest of us weren't. But having said that, I was annoyed that the clerk had put a letter out to everybody on because Bob thought it was a good idea. And I wondered why he thought it was a good idea. He's got to remember now that he's got his bronze.
To be fair to Bob, he didn't know what the content of it was.
I know, I've got no problem with that. He's a professional. He's got his bronze medal, his parish council, his silver medal, now he's going for gold. And the fact the letter came from outside the parish, I wondered as to whether it was a vote. You know, you get all these sort of things going round in your head. But what annoyed me was that I didn't see the chairman's name mentioned at all. And why is it that this particular letter was chosen?
What I did actually, if you remember rightly, what happened was on the agenda, the initial draft agenda, I put letter from resident. And
Yeah.
Bob said to me, would it be, not knowing the content at all, said would it be a good idea to scan a copy
I've got no problem with that.
to members, which I then did.
Sorry? I've got a problem with that.
You haven't got a problem with it?
Yeah.
Right. So that's all it was, Peter. There was nothing sinister or...
No, I'm sure it won't.
Irrespective of that, and apologies for anybody who's been upset, do we believe it's a good idea or not? And do we need to do anything? This to provide a fridge or a freezer in the village for people to help themselves if they're on hard times, or they've run out of milk and they can't go to the shop. I'm being tongue in cheek.
Well, there are two things about this. First of all, it comes, I don't know who it is, a member of the parish of Three Saints. I went out to lunch with Simon, as I told you, this last week. Simon hasn't a clue what she is. But it's very much a church thing, this, and there are food banks which are at the moment being run out of High Bridge, and in the church always there is a box for people to give presents to the food bank, and there are pots of baked beans and things like that.
So
The church is dealing with it.
Oh, the church can put a fridge in the porch.
But yes, I mean I think it's more for the church to do.
we're saying to the church matter, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
That would be my proposal.
I
I would think there's very few people in Brent Knoll who avail themselves of it or need to avail themselves of it.
It's all being distributed in hybrid.
So
Well, from Highbridge, I've always trusted.
Can we just refer it to
Yes.
back to the church, please?
Okay. I will reply back to her anyway,
Yeah.
if you would like me to. And then the other one was Somerset Coast Advice Partnership between Citizens Advice Sedgemoor and West Somerset. There's a kind of merging, shall we say, of their services and to strengthen the advice services given by the two local authority areas. This is in response to the new development at Hinkley Point. So it's just really for information. It doesn't really tell us very much other than they're working together, which is always a good thing, I guess.
Finance?
Finance, right, okay. Statutory payments for the 2nd of March, £766.74. There's nothing on there other than Jubilee Sports, Clark, etc. So there's nothing else that's new on there. We've no Sedgemoor payments and we've got no Jason Mayer payments at the moment, because that's on a 10-monthly basis. And that's what we in March. The other variable payments, we've got the SID batteries, which I authorised Richard to deal with, and he's done it. £70. Now I sent him a cheque. I took it on myself to send a cheque, which I believe, Malcolm, you delivered to Richard. Yeah, thank you. So that was dealt with, £32.99. We've got a playing field subscription. We are a member of the Playing Field Association, £15. The annual payroll software that we use for making sure that our tax and so forth is compliant, £72. And parish hall room hire fees of £136.50.
So we propose a proposal to
Pay the lot.
Pay the lot. Thank you. All in favour? Thank you.
So you've got in front of you also, you've got the budget summary for the year. It's this piece of paper here, which I circulated earlier. I've done it in the form of just a summary, so you can see where we are at the end of the financial year. You'll see that our council finance is pretty healthy. We have a fixed reserve figure of 17,000 and an actual working capital, for want of a better word, of 15,997. So we've effectively, now obviously at the end of this month we'll be doing the accounts for the end of the financial year, so you've got a very much more up-to-date figure on that, but that's just really for your information. We sat down this afternoon with the monitoring committee.
Just Nuttall Trust.
Oh, yeah, National Trust, we've received the £500, which we will write a letter, with your permission, I'll write a letter and thank you for that.
Thank you for submitting the application.
I have spoken to the clerk of the trust and said thank you and confirmed that Owen would write to
Is the clerk happy with the state of the finances?
Yeah, very happy. I mean, the one thing I would say, and we did touch on it this afternoon, as to whether the fixed reserves should be somewhere other than in the main bank current account. In other words, we should shift them into a separate account so that we actually know what those funds are, because at the moment they're just all mixed up with our operating capital. So it's something which I can have a look at and see whether any charity accounts maybe that are easy to manage, perhaps even with the Unity Trust themselves, where we might get a bit of interest, possibly. You don't know. And the monitoring group this afternoon looked at all the paperwork, they looked at our cash flow report, they looked at the cash book and what else we looked at, bank reconciliation, various other documents. They signed to say they were happy with what they discovered in accordance with our audit requirements. So
There was one item that we did also discuss this afternoon, and that is the matter of an appraisal on the clerk, and we are proposing that
should be done in April.
that will be done in April, and that should be carried out by 2 members of the council, myself and another. Can I have a volunteer, please? Andrea. Can we? Sorry, Peter.
Well,
You volunteer. We only want 2 people.
We can have 3 if you like. We
have 3.
We can have 3.
I'm quite happy to do.
Yeah, 3 of us. Okay.
So it's Andrea, Richard and Peter.
Thank you.
I'll send you the relevant
I'm
bits and
not going
pieces.
down the common one.
No, we're doing it in Brent Knoll, don't worry.
Are we, as the council as a whole, content with that idea? Thank you.
As part of our employment package that we put together anyway. Okay. Next.
Well, Crooked Lane's updates from Expo, Colin has already said that basically weather dependent, so we're praying for dry weather. Bus provision and new information.
Yeah, you remember we were waiting to hear back from the bus companies as to whether they were prepared to come and restart service. It doesn't look like they are. We had some discussions a little while ago about the possibility of working with independent community transport, and obviously they run the Slinky bus, which it meets the needs of some, but it doesn't meet the needs of those who want an on-demand service. One of the things they have said that might be possible to do is, in effect, for a group of parishes who are affected to hire, in effect, a minibus that they would operate 1 day a week, say, for example. That would then run a particular route which would be worked out with the parishes as to what it was wanting to do. They could then take people who had bus passes, and the county council have said on other similar services they have allowed a proportion of the value of the bus pass trip to go towards offsetting the cost of hiring the minibus, and also they would potentially be able to pick up non-pass people and they would have to pay, and that again would go to offset the hiring costs. Really the purpose of tonight was just to get a feeling from the parish as to whether that's something we would be willing to look into further, or whether we didn't want to touch it with a barge pole. As yet it's not been raised with any of the other neighbouring parishes. Obviously East Brent is the other one that is affected the same as us, and they've lost everything. Those of you who've been looking in the local paper will have seen there's been something being talked about the Route 67, which is the bus that basically heads out to Wookey and impacts on East Huntsville, Burnham Without and Mark. They're trying to see whether they can get a service running there. The costs to Burnham-on-Sea will be something like £32,000 to subsidise that one. And each of the parishes will be putting in some money. Now, whether Burnham-on-Sea is going to be up for paying that sort of money for a bus to Wookey, we're not sure. But obviously, if it doesn't happen, it may well be that places like Edithmead and Burnham Without and East Huntsville might come into a group if we wanted to. But as I say, it was really just to sound out members and see whether it's something you wanted to investigate further or not bother.
Sorry, Brian.
One might ask, why Wookey?
Because basically they had a bus route that went to Wookey that has now been cut, and so they're trying to find a way of reinstating it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all the way, all the villages on the way.
Yeah.
But basically what the proposal is, as I understand it, is not that, is to have a bus which would perhaps go from Brent Knoll, East Brent, to Weston or Burnham or wherever. Is it worth investigating that further as a
I mean, what
question?
Wendy was saying is if enough parishes are interested, then they would organise a meeting with us to get together with them to discuss how it could work.
Yeah.
But initially it was sounding the various parishes out to see whether it was even a starter.
So can we, is there anybody that would support? Do you think it's worth pursuing?
I think it's worth supporting and finding out more about it.
So
I wouldn't want to sort of close the door on it, particularly as we're going to be talking to other parishes.
Yeah.
So can you take that back, Bob?
Yeah.
Please, thank you. Commissioners' Community Action.
I sent that. Do you remember that we had this communication came through about an action fund from the police commissioner, Crown Police Commissioner? I sent out an email with that sort of criteria on it and what it actually involved. You know, it's over to you really, whether you think there is anything that we could actually be successful in applying for, really.
Personally, when you look at the criteria, I don't think we
No, it
could.
doesn't seem to sort of do very much for us, I don't think, but, you know. But if we do have anything in the next 12 months that we think might fit it, we can always go back and have that in our armoury, shall we say, as a grant source.
I know it's not specifically on the agenda, but I think we have to bear in mind that we need to contact the people building the solar farm on Whip Lane at a suitable location, at a suitable point, to see if they're going to come through with their proposal of providing us some money.
Grant. Because I guess actually, I suppose the bus, if we did go down that track, that would be a good community project, wouldn't it? Yes.
We've still got some money from
Hanston,
Hanston.
yeah, £4,000 still in there in the fixed reserves. Hanston Energy.
Okay, quotations of heritage landscapes we've dealt
Dealt with
with.
that.
Millennium Oak.
Have we received that yet?
When I went to the church, when I went to the church last week to tidy up, I did see there is a bough stuck on the grass verge. It's only £1.
Oh, we're talking about the overhanging tree in
No,
Deep.
this is the Millennium Oak
Millennium
plaque
Oak
that
plaque.
was
I thought you scooted over that.
I assume that hasn't arrived yet. No one's seen it. No.
Is it back to the order?
I agree. Yeah, that's with the guy at Area Science.
Can't wait to get on.
Steve Coursey. Okay, I'll follow that up actually.
So the overhanging tree, is it still a problem, Peter?
Well,
Sorry?
Is it still a
Yeah,
problem?
this business about the Millennium Oak. Yeah, there's one bough.
There's one bough.
It needs somebody hopping over the fence with a hacksaw, or close saw, get the over and be finished.
Well, they're both the church is supposed to.
Church land.
Don't they? Yeah. But they said when they're this way, but it might be next year, mind you.
well, when I spoke to Green Slate Taylor Hunter Chard, who are the church management estate agents, and they said they would investigate it and report back to us on what they intended to do with it. Well, I didn't think that was going to happen anytime soon.
It's highways, these are hanging over.
Yeah, can we just, please? So you were so we haven't heard back from them?
We haven't heard back from them yet. I am expecting to hear back from them. I was only hear back from them in another couple of weeks. I will remind them. We ought to have a report.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Thank you. Right, agenda items for next meeting. Malcolm?
No.
Right.
Sorry, it's a matter of a report, isn't it? Yeah. I noticed that...
Oh, sorry, that was a report.
Yeah, I noticed that this week one of the local schools has gained a lot of money from the Tesco Bags for Life thing that I mentioned a few months ago. So just to keep it in mind if we ever need this extra money. And also a few years ago we had a morning where it was Meet the Councillors. And we haven't had one for a while. I wonder if it's worth doing this summer, or are we meeting enough of the public as it is anyway? This year.
Get them in and shut the door.
I don't know, what do you think?
Well, we do have an annual meeting, which is an opportunity.
Yes, this was This was a Saturday morning
Yes, it was.
social sort of thing in May, I think. It was about
That's
4 or 5 years ago. But you may think we've got enough on our plate at the moment.
Two experts on the panel that make pancakes. So
Yeah. It's just a thought.
Meet councillors, question mark, okay?
can we think about it?
Mm.
I mean, I would say that. I would say that we're probably going to keep a low profile at the moment.
I think you might get attacked.
Well, you might have a problem tonight. David? I have nothing. Well, that's all.
Yes, there is one thing actually. I'm sorry, we've missed it because at the last meeting we did agree to put on to this meeting to discuss a grant to the lady gardeners for the provision of flowers up on the A38. But it is spring now, so they really ought to know where they stand.
Have we actually got, is it worth putting in shrubs rather than flowers?
Well, the flowers did very well last
Yeah,
year.
but I'm just thinking shrubs, you
Well, we do, yes, but they've got shrubs there, and they will keep them, and they will be changed
Intermingle
for the seasons.
Yeah.
But they will give them a grant of, the chairman of the day did give his, gave his £80 towards flowers, and yes, they do need some money to.
They want some bedding plants.
No, I think it's more than that. I mean, I don't design it. They've taken it over. They're doing it for nothing, and to be frank, I think they should be allotted some money.
Mm.
Well, we'd rather do it that way or go to Sanders begging for some free plants.
Well, I'm not into it.
I'm just saying that's the alternative.
Well, no, I don't think we do. I mean, come on. It's what we have done. We've tidied up the entrance to this village. And I think we should keep our standards up.
I'll put it on the agenda for the next
Yeah,
meeting.
Okay. Colin, anything?
Oh, all right. Postpone it.
No, but sorry, can I just come to your rescue there? I think in the meantime, before the next meeting, John, you speak to Amanda and Rebecca and see what they would like to put in there and what the rough cost is, and then the council.
To be fair, actually, to be fair, I totally take that on board. I spoke to them a week ago and asked them for a figure, and they have not come back. But I did remind me when we sat here that what we agreed to put on the meeting this time has not been done, so it should be on the
Well,
agenda.
then, can I raise a point about that then? The draft agenda went out, and I did ask.
I know.
I did ask whether there's any items to be added.
Well,
And I had nobody come back to me and say they would like an item added.
I did. If you remember.
Not on the draft
Not
agenda.
this
John.
on the
I can
agenda.
only do what you asked me to do. And
I have nothing except I would like to say on behalf of us all a very happy birthday.
absolutely.
I couldn't think of a better way.
Spending your
Spending it. Parish Council meeting.
I'm very committed.
It was very magnanimous of you, Colin, but I was reminded by Brian that he said when you get to a certain age, you don't like to be reminded of things. Peter?
Yes, we're talking about transport in the village. Every time we turn the TV on, they're talking about railway stations that have been opened up. We've got a railway station in the village, and I don't know how they start out by getting these things put back into service. Brent Knoll station.
So trains to stop at Brent Knoll then?
Well, you can get a hybrid, you can get a West
Where was the state?
That's not bad.
By the bridge.
That's why it's called Station
By the
Road.
bridge.
By the bridge.
To
the left of the bridge.
Is there any remains of the old station?
No, but there would be no problem getting, if you go down up behind the Joneses,
Yeah.
and that lane,
On the right.
it's the old sort of colliery down there. I don't know how it starts out, but I mean everywhere you look.
I've got photographs.
You can hear their answer, can't you? It's too close to Highbridge.
Well, they got these little two carriage things, I mean,
It's a halt, pretty much the same as
Free bus service.
It's something we could
Anyway.
approach British Rail.
On the agenda.
British Rail trains Brent Knoll.
No,
No, there was something on, somebody mentioned spring clean.
Ah.
But there was a very odd comment.
Well, it was the odd comment, I made the odd comment. It was actually, Claire Foreman wrote to us and said there's a spring cleaning sort of period coming
Yes.
up. And I just simply said, do we want to get involved in spring cleaning? Parish has thought the spring
Yes,
cleaning.
yes.
Yeah, on recycling day.
What would you be doing? Tidying up the
I
village?
would have thought it's quite tidy, personally. Well,
Okay.
thank you. And with that, we will close the meeting. We'll see you.
It's a salient